You know, in the world of classic poetry, there are some figures that just stick with you. And John Keats's La Belle Dame sans Merci, the beautiful lady without mercy, she's definitely one of them. It's this tale of obsessive love that just completely spirals into a chilling nightmare. And believe it or not, it all kicks off with one single troubling question. So the poem doesn't ease you in with a nice, flowery description. Nope, it starts right here, with this question. Some unknown person stumbles upon this knight who's just wandering around by himself and basically asks, "Hey, what is wrong with you? What happened?" And the knight's chilling story? Well, that's his answer. So let's dive in and piece this mystery together.
And this is our first look at him. It's just complete desolation. Keats uses this amazing phrase, palely loitering, which tells you so much, right? Palely means all the life, all the color has been distrained right out of him. And loitering means he's got no purpose, no direction. He is quite literally a ghost of the man he once was. And it's not just him. The entire world around him is a perfect mirror of how he feels inside. Think about it. It's late autumn, maybe even early winter. Everything is dying. The landscape is totally barren. The harvest is done. It feels like nature itself has just given up. And then Keats adds this one final, just devastating detail. And no birds sing. Wow. That one little line creates this heavy, oppressive silence. Can you feel it? This isn't just a sad place. It's a world that's been stripped of its music, its joy, its very life.
All right, a knight's confession, the start of the tale. So the big question is, what on earth could do this to a powerful knight? How does he end up in this state of living death? Well, after that first question, he finally opens his mouth and takes us all the way back to the beginning.
And here she is, the one who started it all. He says he met this woman in the meadows and she was just unbelievably beautiful, but then he adds this little detail. She's a fairy's child. So right from the jump, we're being told she is not quite of this world.
So we get these details about her. Long hair, a light step. You know, classic, beautiful imagery. But then Keats just slips in this one really unsettling detail. Her eyes were wild. And that's not just talking about passion. No, this is a hint of something untamed, something not quite human. This is our first real red flag.
So we move into this enchanted romance. But does our knight pay attention to that warning sign? Of course not. He's totally blinded by how beautiful she is. He's instantly captivated and just falls completely under her spell.
And this whole thing happens so fast. I mean, look at this. He puts her on his horse, treats her like a queen, makes her crowns out of flowers. And what does she do? She gives him this weird, magical food, honey wild and manna dew. Then she tells him she loves him, but in a language strange. Are you seeing the pattern here? Every single romantic moment has this unsettling, supernatural twist to it.
Okay, and this is the point of no return. She leads him away from the human world and takes him to her home, an elfin grot, which is basically a fairy's cave. The romance is hitting its absolute peak here, but think about what's really happening. The knight is now completely isolated. He is entirely in her world.
A horrid warning. The dream that changed everything. So, in her cave, lulled by her magic, he falls asleep. And it's right here, in what he calls the latest dream he ever dreamed, that this beautiful fantasy just shatters. It completely falls apart. So as he's sleeping, that beautiful dream twists into a full-blown nightmare. He starts seeing these figures, a ghostly parade of kings and princes. I mean, we're talking about incredibly powerful men who used to rule entire kingdoms. But now, something is just terribly, terribly wrong. And then it hits him. They're all just like he is now. They are death pale. Their lips are described as starved and gaping, like they're caught in a silent scream. These are the men who came before him. They're her previous victims, and they've come back from the dead to give him a warning.
And this is it, the terrifying climax of the dream. They all scream out together, revealing her true name and what she does. La Belle Dame sans Merci, the beautiful lady without mercy, hath thee in thrall, which means she's got you. You are her slave.
So did you catch that? This is so important. The poem's title, La Belle Dame sans Merci, isn't just some fancy French title Keats picked out.
It's the punchline to the whole horror story. It's the key that unlocks the entire mystery. She is a merciless enchantress, and her whole deal is luring powerful men to their complete and utter ruin.
All right, so now we get to the cold hillside, the bleak awakening. The dream might be over, but let me tell you, the nightmare is far from it. The knight wakes up, that horrifying warning still ringing in his ears, and he's not in that magical fairy cave anymore. He's somewhere else entirely.
And just like that, boom, he's awake, back in the real world. But it's not the world he left. It's cold, it's harsh, it's empty. That whole magical romance, gone, vanished. And he's just left there, all alone, with the terrible truth he learned in that dream.
And that's it. That's his story. With that one line, he brings us right back to where we started. You see, his tale isn't just some old memory he's recounting. It's the reason. It's the explanation for why he's stuck out here on this desolate hillside.
So when we hear these words, again, alone and palely loitering, they're the same words from the beginning, but man, do they hit different now. They have so much more weight. He's not just loitering anymore, is he? He is in thrall. He's a permanent prisoner to a memory that has sucked all the life right out of him. And that silence, and no birds sing. That's not just about the landscape anymore. That's the silence of his future. He is completely trapped in this bleak, dream-haunted reality. The crazy thing is the poem doesn't really end. It just loops back on itself. He's stuck waiting on that cold hill, endlessly.
So in the end, the poem leaves us hanging with this really unsettling question. What is the beautiful lady? Is she a literal monster? A kind of supernatural femme fatale who preys on mortals? Or is she a metaphor for a certain kind of obsessive love? One that's so all-consuming that it just leaves you a hollowed-out shell of who you used to be. Keats never gives us the answer. He just leaves us right there with the night, on the cold hill's side, to wonder.